All right, please go ahead and log into your laptops, get your homework out. Once you're logged in, go ahead and start checking your answers on the homework. That one's done? Just wasn't wanting to cooperate.
Yeah, I know that. They don't have the theme song. I think there's also like some gas.
Oh, dude.
Come on, let's start logging in. Show me your homework.
I know I ain't tripping. Hold on.
There should be a 7.1 that you finish up, number 16 and 18. I got you. You got it?
What's today? The 14th? 13th.
I made it. You weren't even through that door.
I was through the door.
Nah.
You don't got no proof.
Nah. I literally watched it.
My foot was at the door.
Stop arguing with me and get seated and get to work.
I am getting to work.
You clearly were not through.
your class. It's my favorite class in the day.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, but we gotta get some work in.
We're gonna get this work in.
Oh, Destiny's gone. RJ's out too?
Yeah.
And he do all of
Check your answers. Rich.
They're ready to go home on homework. Dude, that ain't even funny anymore. Bro, press him, bro.
Hey, are you logged in? You have your homework out?
I'm not doing myself.
Come on, finish logging in and get your homework out. You have your homework done?
7.2.
Hey, what is this thing in your ear here? Uh-huh.
Oh, I was gonna tell you, I can't even find 7.2.
Yeah, it's because you sprinted out of here before I could give it to everybody. But you should still have 7.1.
I don't know yet.
Weird, you didn't do 7.1 either.
You said do 7.1?
Yeah.
They say 7.2.
Look at the.
I ain't get 7.1. I ain't get 7.1.
Look, don't this say 7.2?
That say 7.2 though.
Oh yeah, you mean on May 13th? Yesterday was May 12th.
Bad board shot.
Oh my god. I'm so slow.
Mr. Kenny, you know something I was just
I
like,
feel so slow. I get the days mixed up. I thought it was the 14th.
we're just not
Let me
having
get 7.1, huh?
we're just not having good class discussions at the end of the
I
year.
know. I was thinking about it too. Could have been having this much fun all year long.
Could have been.
You can't find it. Well, that's 7.2 right there. And then there's just 7.1. 7.1 is what you can't find.
Yeah.
Can I get 7.2 please?
Trey, did you get your homework done?
Your EG.
I'm ready to do it tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to do it tonight, but I mean, you're getting the 0 for today.
Yes, sir.
Then we'll get the points in the morning.
What are you mumbling?
At least I have 14.
Mumbo jumbo. No, I said if we need
And there's
Might need to, hey, y'all, even if you didn't do the homework, I would still take some notes so that you can do tonight's homework, because it's similar ideas, or some of it's the same.
And do the grade
So,
too.
huh?
I mean accuracy.
This was not for accuracy.
I'm talking next.
No.
But actually, you said one day.
I'm not. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do an accuracy check, but not yet. Because you already finished up this one section. Okay. What questions do you have off of numbers 16 and 18? Tony, it helps to have that head up to see what questions you need to ask. Maybe that'll help you see it a little bit more clearly.
Get their head up.
Come on, what questions do we have? What notes do we need to take? Let's get to work. I need
7.1.
7.1. Say again, sir?
7.2. Me too.
Yes, sir.
That was pretty easy. I know I could have did that. We did that in class.
Yes, sir.
I know, but I
Why
did it
exactly
wrong.
is it x squared plus 2?
That's a good question.
Yeah, why is it that?
Does anyone have an answer for Tony?
Like, not the whole thing, just like x squared.
Like, where's the x squared coming from?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the fact that it's a parabola tells you it's quadratic.
So that's basically just it.
I mean, yeah, if it's a parabola, it's quadratic. You can also look here.
So if we didn't write the x squared and just put x, where you have,
I mean, it wouldn't be correct because it's a parabola. Notice how it has a linear additive rate of change,
yeah.
right? So you can't just put x. It has to be an x squared because it's a quadratic function. Okay? Now, and so like that, I mean, I would let it count for now because it's just trying and learning from our mistakes. But yeah, on a test or an understanding check, that would not fly. But also you should have known, it tells you in the directions before number 15 that what equation are you supposed to be using? Look at the directions before number 15. Which equation does it say we should be using?
Vertex.
Vertex form. Hey, what is the vertex form of a quadratic equation? Y equals,
It's y.
Oh,
Did you say
vertex.
vertex form?
I know it.
Is it f of x equals ax minus h squared plus k?
well, a parentheses x minus h, because that's what's being squared,
Yeah.
plus k.
Yeah.
Hey, really quickly, first off, I've already told you for all these problems, a is equal to what?
1.
And so what's the other thing you need in order to be able to write the vertex form of a quadratic equation? Say it again? The vertex, right?
Mhm.
Does anyone see within this table where the vertex might be?
Yeah.
Where?
The 0, 2.
0, 2. Notice how there's symmetry around that?
Yep.
Look at the graph. If you made the graph, where's the vertex?
0, 2.
0, 2. Oh, well, that's literally all I needed. I needed my vertex. Right? So 0, comma 2, that's my vertex, that's my h, comma k. That's it. That's how I got from here to here in blue.
That's a fact.
Any questions about that? You good there? So what in the world do they mean by translate up to?
We moved the parabola up to.
Okay, so which parabola did we move up to? That may not make sense as a question, so let me know if that doesn't. But what parabola are you referring to that you're saying we moved it up to? Let me ask you this way. What is the most basic quadratic equation you can have? So this basic quadratic equation, nothing else with it. What will make it quadratic?
X squared.
Is that quadratic? Is there anything else being done to it?
Nope.
Nope, that's the most basic quadratic equation you could have. Notice, what is 0 squared? Anybody?
0.
0, thank you. What is 1 squared?
1.
2 squared?
2 squared. It would be 4 squared.
4 squared?
4.
4. Is Tony the only person in this class who knows how to square a number? Do I need to talk about how to square?
Oh, I know how to
I do it all the time in construction.
What about negative 1 squared?
1.
1? Negative 2 squared?
Negative 4. What would it be?
Remember, squaring means to multiply it by itself.
So it'd be 4.
It'd be 4. Notice that is what we call the parent function, the parent parabola. That's what we are talking about when we talk about transformations or translations, things like that. Notice this point right here, it translated up how far? To 2?
Yeah.
This point,
Mm-hmm.
up 2?
Yep. All the points up to.
All the points up 2. Now, notice what's the one singular point that makes it easy to see right away?
The 0, 2.
The vertex.
Mm-hmm.
Notice the parent function starts at 0, 0. The fact that this vertex is 0, 2 tells me immediately it translates up 2.
Yeah.
Okay? Notice here, their symmetry is right here. That's not translated up, that's the x changing. It was translated 3 to the...
3.
To go from 0 to 3, I had to go to the right. So translation to the right of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Also notice that's now my vertex.
Now I understand.
So, one times x minus 3 squared plus 0. X minus 3 squared. You can also just do it by graphing, but if you pay attention to the directions, it tells you to use the vertex form. Use that vertex form. Okay? Any questions about these? Going once, going twice. Sold. Okay. Now this should help you with today's lesson, but this we need to take notes about because this is going to help you with tonight's homework, and we need to check our answers and see what questions we have. Because I saw some of us who had close to correct answers, but if you did not get these numbers, your answers are not fully correct, and you probably need to ask a question. Yes, Tony.
Okay, I know I didn't get this until today, but I think I already know what we're supposed to do.
Okay.
We're just trying to identify the values of A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Trey?
So, I put a 5x squared. So that was wrong.
Yeah, it would not be 5x squared. Notice it is the 5. Please pay attention to the equation. Y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Please remember, because we made notes on this for the last lesson that we did. A, huh?
It's already in the form.
Yeah, well, that and also a is only the coefficient of the quadratic term. Remember how we made that note when we looked at standard form? B is only the coefficient of the linear term. C is the constant, right? So you're not including the x or the x squared there. Does that make sense for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any questions about number 2? Yes, sir.
Well, I have a question for 3.
Okay. For 3,
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just...
I'm going to address it in just a second by talking about number 7.
Alright.
Okay?
Oh,
So
man, Tony.
we're going to look at number 7 because I think I know. If this doesn't answer your question, let me know. But I want to quickly look at number 7 because this will help you with tonight's homework. With number 7, I believe it says y is equal to x times x minus 4, and then it asks you for a, b, and c. Can you tell a, b, and c right now?
No,
Why not?
because it's not put in the,
It's not put into the standard form.
yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say, Trey? Yeah. A, B, and C are not there. We don't have standard form. Now, I do want to point this out. Do we have one of the quadratic equations?
Yes.
Which one?
C.
What? What are the 3 quadratic equations?
Oh,
Vertex form
Vertex form, standard form, and factor form.
and factor form. Is this one of those 3?
Yeah.
Which one?
Vertex form.
So this has x minus h squared plus k?
I mean, it has everything else except for square root.
Square's kind of important, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have a plus k, does it?
Yeah. It could be factored form.
It could be factored form. So remember with factored form, it's x minus p times x minus q. Notice how that's the product of two what? Linear expressions. Is that a linear expression?
Yeah.
Yes, is that a linear expression?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's factored form. Notice you could even write that x as x minus 0, then it'd be times x minus 4, if that helps you see that it's the factored form. But yeah, that's definitely not standard form. Is there a way to get standard form so that I can identify A, B, and C? How? Can we distribute here? Yeah? Hey, look at the directions real quick. What does it say in the directions?
Multiply and write each product in the form of y equals a.
Isn't distribution just that multiplication process?
Yep.
Okay. See how notice paying attention to directions can kind of be useful?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So x times x,
X squared.
x times negative 4,
4x.
Negative 4x.
or minus 4x, right? Now, does this kind of start to address the question you have, Tony, about number
Yeah.
3?
Because it don't have a C.
It doesn't have a c, so what would we have to assume about it?
It's 1.
One.
It's just one.
It's 1.
So I'm adding 1 here? I didn't have to write plus 1?
Mine is 1. Wait, no.
It's 1x.
If I was adding 1 or adding 1x, I would have to show that. I would have to tell you that. What's the only number that I can add by and not have to show it?
0.
Yeah.
The additive identity.
Okay.
Does it matter if I add by 0?
Nope.
No. Similar thing up here, what's the only thing I can multiply by and not have to show it?
0.
Not
1.
0,
X.
1.
Oh, 1.
The multiplicative identity, right?
So C.
So C would equal 0, B would be
4.
not 4,
Negative
negative 4, A would be
1.
1.
Does that answer your question that you were going to have, Tony?
Oh.
So I do want you to notice, right? The only thing we don't have to show when we add it is 0. The only thing we don't have to show when we multiply it is 1, because adding 0 doesn't change the identity. Multiplying by 1 doesn't change the identity. It's why we call them the multiplicative and additive identities. So use that to help you on the homework tonight. All right, let's look at our objectives. And we're going to get to identifying quadratic features. Now, if I remember correctly, we still needed to finish exploring quadratic features or features of quadratics, the Desmos activity from yesterday, correct? Or the last few days?
Yep.
Yep, we'll finish it quickly. But today when we get to the new activity, please do notice we want to identify concavity in any quadratic equation. What allows me to see the concavity immediately, no matter what equation it is?
A.
A. A is revealing that concavity. All right. Connecting intercepts to standard form and factored form of quadratic equations. Which intercept can we see in standard form very easily? It is the C, but which intercept is that C?
The y-intercept.
The y-intercept, right?
Yeah.
We want to be able to connect those more clearly and say, hey, I have a standard form, I know my y-intercept. If it's the factored form, which intercept can we quickly see?
X-intercepts.
The x-intercepts. Notice Tony doesn't just know this off the top of his head, he might be looking at his notes that he took over the last few days, because that would really help you learn these concepts better. So Dewan, you quit blowing into your hands. Zay, stop trying to sleep on me. Get your lesson out from the last few days.
Okay.
That's not the lesson from the last few days, that's 7.2.
Go on, Xavier. You gotta be on your thing.
Get out your notes. That's what I'm asking y'all to do. It'll help.
You gotta be on your
It was not on top. You weren't able to look at it. Alright? Connect vertices, axes of symmetry, and translations to the vertex form of a quadratic equation. Really quickly, what do you think I mean by vertices?
Vertexes.
Okay, so vertices is the plural for vertex.
Yeah.
Right? So vertex is singular, vertices is plural. Just like axis is singular, axes is plural. Right? So similar idea there. Okay, so I can exit that. Let's go to Desmos, which I know is your favorite.
It saved our life.
It saved your life? Is that because it was less boring than everything else? Trying to say my class was boring before this?
No.
Fight you.
Fight who?
Not you, Dewan.
Oh,
Alright.
Yesterday was fun.
Huh?
Yesterday was fun.
Yeah, because I finally proved Trey wrong.
Pressure.
Coming at him. Alright. Did we finish this slide yesterday?
No, we were just.
We
were still on it.
We were still on it?
We finished it.
I thought we started on it, but I don't think we finished it. Please go ahead and get this slide open, or get to this slide. It's slide 16. We're going to finish it up because here's the thing. As long as you hold on to the Desmos code, you can always re-access this and it'll help you study for tests and understanding checks
My bad.
and things like that. Yes, sir.
Also, if you go to
I'm going to pack it like this.
Desmos,
It cold outside.
you just go to, you know, your
Yeah.
homepage.
Oh, and it already has it recorded?
Cold outside.
Oh, that's nifty. I did not know that. Thanks for the heads up. I'll keep that in mind. That is much easier. So yeah, once you get in, you're just in.
I'm wearing skis.
Cool.
True.
Alright,
Yo.
did we finish the first two, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We should already have these. And, and then. Man, y'all, I'm so hungry. It's hitting me hard.
We are.
I know. Okay. So I want you to take 30 seconds. I want you to talk with your small group, and I want you to come up with the x-intercepts for the third one and the concavity for the third one, and then we're gonna come back together. So 30 seconds.
Already
Start
beat
it
you,
now.
buddy.
Huh?
Already beat you.
Talk with your small group.
We already
Make sure
did.
you already agree. Talk about it.
Oh, wow.
You see you on something? What you on something?
You talking about the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you already do the third one?
No, but we was both going through this.
Okay, but talk about the third one. Make sure you agree on those x-intercepts.
Okay, what you got for the third one?
I got comma 2, 0.
Yeah, it's also for the.
You said
2 comma
Two?
0.
2, comma 0.
Just
Why
two?
don't you
Talk about them.
And
You
plus,
Just
got it
two?
done yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like positive two?
your positive 2.
Alright, give me a thumbs up if you're done talking with your small group.
How'd you get negative?
Because it's adding.
Yes, sir.
Why is
Oh,
it
yeah,
-8?
Yeah, true.
Because it's adding 8.
So remember the format was x minus p times x minus q. So what did we have to subtract to get plus 8? We had to subtract a
Negative.
negative 8.
Yeah.
Okay? Alright, thumbs up if we're ready to talk. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, Amity, what did y'all say was this first x-intercept here?
We said negative of negative.
You said negative and
Yeah.
I'll come back to you later, Jay. Get ready.
-2, 0.
Negative 2 comma 0. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with that statement. Alright. CJ, you too? Okay, I just didn't see your thumb. Alright, and then Zay, what did you say the next x-intercept was?
10,
10 comma 0?
I mean negative.
Oh, it's supposed to be negative 10?
Wait,
Yeah.
no.
Thumbs up if you agree with negative 10. You don't agree with negative 10?
It's
You think it's supposed to be
plus.
plus 10?
No, it's negative. I think it's supposed to be 10.
It's plus. Just like how you told me how the first
But
one.
look, if you go back to the second one, it says -1, but we got a positive one.
Because
Yeah.
you don't change
Yeah,
it.
wait.
Like, look at the first one of x plus 7. You see it is a -7.
So it is negative 10.
Yeah.
Cause it's added 7 on
Yeah.
the top, and it got negative 7.
Yeah.
So now,
Okay, so we all agree. So a bigger thing to remember is this, and Trey, I want you to notice, it's x minus q,
yeah.
right? So what kind of number do I need to subtract so that it becomes plus? I need to subtract a
1. Oh, negative 10.
negative 10. Alright, so I need to subtract a negative 10 in order to get this right here, okay?
I know it. The concavity, whatever it's called.
Concavity, it's concave
Down.
down, okay?
The one. That's a smart man right there.
Anybody want to disagree or push back on it, or are we in agreement?
Birthday cake.
Okay, Brooklyn, what do you think the last concavity is? This one down here,
Concave up.
concave up, Anybody want to push back on that idea?
Nope.
Yeah, no, like prison.
Okay.
But
So Trey, I heard you and I think it was you and Dewan earlier were very intrigued by the last one.
yeah.
Well, why were you intrigued by the last one?
You gotta
We got the first one.
You got the first one?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Y'all laugh because y'all know it.
It's the X.
Yeah.
We know it.
It's the X.
Yeah, we
Oh, T, you don't gotta act like that, man.
Okay, well hold on. What do you think the first x-intercept is?
3, 0.
Okay.
I think 1.
No.
3, 0. Does anyone disagree with that x-intercept?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Okay, Tony, what do you think?
Ooh, I think I
Now
know.
the second one is the same thing. 3 comes 0.
Yeah.
Because it's squared.
It's squared. Remember, what does a square mean? It means to multiply
The one that I know.
by itself.
You ain't know
Yes, I did.
Right? So they're both going to be 3, 0. Now, technically, that's not really two different ones. It's just one. One thing I do want to point out to you really quickly is if I would put a +0 here, this wouldn't just be a factored form. This could also be the vertex form,
Yep.
Oh,
which
yeah.
means my vertex would be at 3, 0.
Yeah.
Notice how many times does it touch the x-axis? How many times does it intersect the x-axis there?
Just one.
Just once, right? So that's why we're only getting one value there. We would say mathematically it's with a multiplicity of 2. I know it sounds really weird, but it literally just means that it intersects the x-axis twice there. I would just write it once.
Math class is fun.
Good, I'm glad you think so. That's what I like to hear. It only took us 36 weeks to get there, but we're finally there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Just remember, tell all the kids who have me in the future, Mr. Kinney is awesome. He just got to
I
work.
be telling Zay that.
I know. Zay's finally there. Maybe.
I'm not talking about Kobe.
Huh?
I'm talking Tank.
Oh, Tanker?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zay apparently, like, he hated my class apparently.
He used to always come to his Anderson class.
Yeah.
7th period.
He's the worst.
Can you say you used to talk too much?
I talk too much?
Yeah.
Do y'all feel like I talk too much?
Nah.
Yeah.
Like, well, you
I mean,
like, for a
it
good-
depends on
for a
what your
good
definition
reason.
of talking
Yeah.
too much is. That you talk a lot, but we don't say nothing.
It'll be
We
different.
just-
I mean, it'll be different.
we
You
just-
talk
we
a
just
lot
talk
about
like
something that didn't
normal,
make
like
sense.
Yeah.
you would, like a normal conversation.
I
just
mess
that
with
we
the
don't
class
say
'cause we
anything.
don't be having a lot of work, but the homework be doing. We all
We gotta step it up on that homework front. I'm gonna try to do some things to get people more engaged on the homework next year. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so here's what we need to talk about and move quickly here because we gotta get to
That's homework.
the next lesson. So what we're trying to figure out here is key features of parabolas and quadratic equations. Every single one of these features can be found in every single equation. However, the point here is which key features are highlighted in the different equation forms, meaning as soon as you see that equation, can you tell this idea, right? So the vertex form, y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, and y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. So concavity, is there a part of the vertex form that immediately tells us about concavity?
The internet is slow.
Is there a part of the vertex form that immediately tells us what the concavity is?
Yeah, the A.
The A?
The
Great.
A value.
So we would say yes here, that the value is A. So please take these notes again on that screen because you can come back and access these Desmos
Yes.
activities in the future and use them to study.
Hey.
Okay? So A is what's telling us the concavity.
What are you supposed to put? Yes?
Messing with the word.
I mean, can you easily see the concavity somewhere in the vertex form?
You can't just put A.
I would say, well, it says write yes or no in each cell. And so I'm just adding that extra detail of why it's a yes. What about the vertex? Can we easily see that in vertex form? Yeah, that's kind of the name, right? So what would the vertex be?
Yeah. Good plan. Yeah. Nah, you know you was
The
right.
vertex is always H.
The vertex is just the H?
I thought it was. What is
It's
K?
H and K.
What is K?
It's H and K. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
H is the x value of the vertex, K is the
Y
y value. Did we ever talk about x-intercepts when it came to the vertex form?
A.
No. X-intercept is the H and Y-intercept is the K.
What they saying, Art? What they saying?
I thought that was the vertex
That's the
though.
vertex.
Yeah.
It's A and B. A and B.
What do you mean by that?
I'm just saying so.
No.
Only thing I remember was that.
Look at your notes. Under vertex form, did we ever talk about the x-intercepts for the vertex form?
No.
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 No. Good job, Zay.
So then the answer would be
No.
no. So good job on that, Zay. So can you find the x-intercepts? Heck yeah. Are we going to talk about it?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. But we're not going to just immediately see it. There's no values, A, H, or K, that tell us what the x-intercepts are. Remember, Tony, H is the x value of the vertex. That's not an x-intercept. K is the y value of the vertex. It's not a y-intercept. Y-intercept, could we easily see that in vertex form?
And it's the same thing for the X.
No.
Like it's the same as the x?
Yeah, no.
No.
So no? Okay?
Shouldn't that be axis of symmetry?
It can be either. I need to update the language for this to how I prefer to say it, but a line of symmetry, remember that axis of symmetry is also a line.
Yeah.
So it's either way.
Alright.
So could we see the line of symmetry right
Yes.
away?
Yes.
Yes, what was the line of symmetry?
The value of H.
H. Yes, sir. Good
So
job.
just
Tony.
H on its own was the axis of symmetry?
Yes.
No, wait. No, it was X equals.
Thank you, x equals H.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you remember it's a vertical line, so we need to say, hey, all the x values are H. Alright? Standard form. Was there a part of standard form that we could immediately be like, hey, that's my concavity?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it?
The value of
Yeah.
A.
Value of A. Remember that value of A kept showing up.
Who said no?
Same. Who said that?
I think
Vertex.
O'Brien.
Did we look at the vertex right away in standard form?
Huh?
Did we look at the vertex right away in standard form?
I don't
Nope.
think so.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope.
What about
Yes.
the x-intercepts?
Yes.
Yes.
I would look again.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Which intercept did we look at in standard form?
The
Why?
y-intercept.
The y-intercept.
So yes.
So yes for y-intercept, no for x-intercept. What was the y-intercept based on
The value
ax
of
squared?
C.
The value of c?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna write c for the y-intercept?
Yes.
No.
Y equals C.
That's a line
C
though.
comes 0. I mean, yeah.
F of X, what now?
Yo, if it's a y-intercept, what do you already know about the x value?
Zero.
Zero.
Zero comes C.
0 comma c. So the reason why I don't say y equals c, Tony, remember x equals h, that's a vertical line. So if you say y equals c, that's a horizontal line.
Alright. I
Yeah,
just
we
got
count.
that mixed up with the line of symmetry.
Yeah. So what about the line of symmetry? Can we see that right away?
Yes.
No.
Which one?
No.
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 Remember, the line of symmetry is x equals
H.
h, which that's the x value of the vertex. We don't see the vertex.
Yeah.
So do we see the axis of symmetry?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
What are you saying yes to?
Value of A.
For the, you jump into that concavity?
Yes.
Yeah? So again, the value of A.
A.
Yep.
A, B, C,
Okay.
D.
What about the vertex?
Yes. Wait, hold on.
No.
No, wait.
Look at your notes.
No. No.
Mm-mm.
No?
Say it again.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes for the x-intercepts?
Yes.
Okay. What were the x-intercepts based on this factored form?
P.
B. No. P and Q.
Where did you get B from?
You
P
say-
and Q.
You meant P and Q?
P's and Q's. Yeah.
So just P and Q, that's my whole x-intercept?
Yeah. P's and Q's.
No.
No,
P,
it's,
comma, 0.
yeah.
Remember, if it's an x-intercept, we already know y is 0. And q, comma, 0. Then what about y-intercept or axis of symmetry?
No.
No.
No for both?
it's 0.
Okay. So make sure you have those notes in there.
Q, comma, 0.
Do we gotta put the H and K and all that?
I mean, I'm about to move on. I recommended it because you can come back to this later and see these notes. Okay? If you want to type those things in, you haven't done it yet, go for it. What?
Yo, it's tripping like science.
Do the Harlem Shake.
Yeah, mine was
Right.
doing the same thing.
Weird. So this is just a quick little formative feedback. Just move the sliders along. How well do you feel like you understood the math today? Today, basically this whole lesson. How did you feel about this lesson? If you want to add any extra information in there,
No.
please go ahead and do that. It's your choice.
Ooh. Submit. I can't submit.
We didn't type anything in, buddy.
We gotta type something in.
If you want to hit submit, otherwise it's just going to save it and I can look at it later.
They won't let me submit.
Zay, I literally just answered your question. Thank you, sir. You have to type something here to submit what is here. Otherwise, it's just going to save what's here and you're good to go.
Everything going on thumbs down.
Okay? So once you're done moving the slider as you want, go ahead and open up a new tab for Desmos because we're going to start a new lesson today. Here's the code for it.
So cool. What happened? So what? I got hard.
So once you're done giving the feedback, just open up a new tab.
Desmos.
A new tab. And go to Desmos and enter that code.
So we just like exit out here. Just,
Yeah, that's fine.
alright.
Because it'll automatically save it. Remember, you never had to save anything to come back to those slides, did you?
Nope.
No, it's just automatically there. Okay. With a quick show of hands, please show me who is not ready to continue forward.
I'm going once.
Okay, so CJ's getting up there. You getting there? Alright. CJ, you ready now? Anybody not ready? Alright. So,
COVID.
I want you to see a couple of things. What am I looking for? Oh, I just need this. So here's what we're doing is we're looking at basically everything we just did, but in a slightly different light. We're going to go into a little bit more detail on some things and get some practice in. So first things first, I want you to clearly hear this. If/when you finish slide 1, what slide are you going to go to?
4.
4. Okay? We're doing slides 1, 4, and 7 first. I'm going to rearrange this and put it together in a slightly different way. I just realized something during second period that I want to try using this future. So, go to slides 1, 4, and 7. From there, I want you to very clearly hear me on this. You already have a graph here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So can you get all of this information straight from the graph?
Yep.
Yes. But then that would defeat the purpose of having this equation here.
It would.
Okay? So what I'm asking you to do is ID every feature possible.
What's the code?
Oh, damn. It's gonna be-
Bro, I'll put it back up in a second.
Dude.
I want to pay attention because I was typing that.
YH2JVM.
Okay, identify every feature possible from the equation first.
What you said?
YH2JVM.
Yeah, that's right.
Then check
Smart.
Memories.
with the
A1.
graph.
True.
Incorrect code.
That was right.
I got
I'm a scholar.
Alright, so then check with the graph and fill in missing features.
Chumbucky.
Alright? So, ID every feature possible from the equation first, then check those with the graph and fill in missing features. Do those instructions make sense? Do we have any questions before we move forward?
No.
Let's get to work within our small group. Oh, sorry, I did forget something.
Ooh.
You see all this up here at the top? See these things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I do want to make sure you're aware of how you can use these because I do want you to use the sketch tool features to help label different things. Notice this little T right here?
Stands for trade.
Does not. If I click
Yes, it's
somewhere,
only-
I can do what?
It stands for doing the work. That's what it stands for, guys.
What can I do when I click that T somewhere?
You can chat.
You can text.
I can
Text.
type in the text. It's not texting like to other people with cell phones, but that was funny. Okay, so I can use T to do text, or to type text in there. Any guesses what this line or this
Right,
symbol
no.
will do?
Let's see.
Make a line.
It would like.
It would make sense to make a line, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, guess what it does?
Oh,
Make
dots.
you can draw
It make
stuff.
dots.
Okay, so hold on. So no, it makes a line. What you need to do if you're going to do the line though is you click, and then you have to drag while you're still holding down the click, and then you release when it's done. If you just click once, it just puts a dot there. I don't want a dot.
I'm gonna do mine.
I want a whole line. Okay. Now, what do you think the little pencil here does?
Draw.
It allows you to draw, right? So you
Oh,
can make notes and draw around, and you can even change colors and thickness. If you have any questions about how any of those things work, let me know.
Thickness.
But let's get to work with our small groups, making sense out of this function. Again, I dig every feature possible from the equation first, then check with graph and fill in the missing features. Okay? So let's get to work, talking and discussing, making sense out of what is happening.